Good morning and welcome back. It's Jesus, K8CES here, and today we are in Tennessee. Work travels bring me to Tennessee for a couple weeks, so I get to play a little bit of radio here in Tennessee. And today I am at Henry Horton State Park. Can't remember the US designator here, but it's one of my favorite parks to come to when I come to Tennessee. The place is huge and it's gorgeous, and it looks like they just recently cut the grass here, so I shouldn't have any issues with that. I wasn't gonna come here originally. I had planned to go to this other site called Haley Jacketh Wildlife Management Area. It's a little preserve, not too far from here actually. It's about, 20 minutes away or so. But as I pulled in, there was a guy with a tractor that was pulling out, and it looked like they were doing some groundskeeping over in that facility. So just to kind of stay out of the way, I was like, you know what, we're gonna come to Henry Horton. So today I'm gonna be setting up the SS-25 on a tripod here. I don't have 3-foot driveway markers with me, just because it's kind of hard to fly with, and I haven't come across the telescoping design. I was thinking about making my own, breaking off the segments of a driveway marker and having like a 3D print join each section. That way it'd be easier to carry. I just haven't gotten around to do so. You know what? Let's go through the pack. So I'm just going to start unpacking here, getting my things out, getting the station ready. I love my mat. I always use my mat every time I get a chance to. And the nice thing of coming here is I actually have a bench to set up. Put the jeweler's block there. It is supposed to be a toasty day today. There is heat indexes, so I brought a fan with me. Let's see. Let's get out the logbook and the keys. Ground radials. This is a cool case that I found on Amazon. It's pretty much housing everything. I'll show you here in a second. Let's take this whip out from this PVC tube that I have as like protector, a little makeshift protector for it. And I'm just going to screw that in. I hope you guys can see that. I'm just kind of screwing the whip onto the base there. So there's my super antenna base, and then the chameleon whip. I put this little mesh over it just because I had plenty laying around, but you don't have to protect it. Okay, so I'm just going to set up the antenna right in this little open area right here. Should stay pretty out of the way of things. And actually, you know what, I'm going to take one of these mics off. I set them up and I just have them dangling from my hat. But I've been playing a lot with this POTA Performer setup, although it's not going to be much of a POTA Performer today, just because I don't have the elevated radials. But I'm not too worried about it. it should still get me out pretty well. So yeah, I'm in Tennessee. I got here yesterday about noonish. I'm working the second shift. My services are required on second shift, so I'll be working 4 to 12 or 4 to midnight 30, and gives me the morning to do whatever I want. So I figured what better way to spend my mornings here than to come out and do a POTA. So we're just going to extend this whip out. I kind of have an idea of where it wants to be at. You know what? I didn't put the 40 meter coil on it. I want to jump on 40 meters. So this little guy right here, this is the Chameleon M40. I want to say it's the M40 coil. I'm terrible with names, I'm sorry. But it's designed for the SS-17, but I found that it works just fine for the SS-25. So fine that I was getting a 1.05 to 1 match back home. Now that is with the elevated radials and whatnot, so I'm curious to see what it's going to measure out now. Okay, so we got the whip on, we got the coil on. We're going to extend this out. Again, I kind of have a rough idea of where it wants to be resonant on 40 meters. So we'll just extend it out to that point. I'm not using the full 25 feet of whip there. It's a little bit of an angle, but it doesn't matter. That's fine. Okay, what else? Let's go ahead and put the radials on. I'm going to use 2 16-foot radials, the ones that I run for the POTA Performer. I'm just going to run those. I'm just going to lay them on the ground. And then I have a couple more extra radials in my bag. I'll probably end up setting those up too, just to help as much as I possibly can. Extend this one out. Okay. If you didn't notice, I am wearing the fine business attire from my good buddy Utah Forest. Appreciate the shirt there, bud. It's quite comfy, and I do like the color, if I do say so myself. Very fine business. So we'll throw that radial out. This is my, I'll call it a twin pair radial system, but all it is just a banana jack bullet connector. And I tied 2 16-foot radials to that banana jack. So on the whip, around the base, I have 4 banana jack jumpers that let me just plug into the to the banana jacks there. And I have my radial system in my baggie. We'll walk over there in a second. But check out what's in the pack. I might need to zoom out for this one. Okay. So this is the JJC. I want to say it's a camera pouch. It is waterproof or water resistant, so that's a plus. But in here, I managed to squeeze 3 radios. So I got the CFT1, the trusty CFT1. Can't leave the house without it. Let's do this. There we go. So I got the CFT1. I've got the L&R Precision MTR3B, the Currahee model. I was able to pack up my Nano VNA. This is a Talent Cell 6 amp hour battery. I was able to put my FT-817 in here, which is a new to me radio, which is what I'm going to be using today. So we'll talk about that throughout the video. On the other side, I was able to fit my coax assemblies and my chokes, and a little power cable, a little audio cable. Quite the nice little convenient pack here. So we're just going to take out the... So I finally got a 20-foot run of RG316 from ABR Industries. But today I'm going to be using a 35-foot run because I want to use it as a counterpoise on 40 meters. And I found that it gives me really good results when I run it that way. So we'll just pack this back up. This little pouch right here, it used to be for my headphones, for my headset for work, but that headset broke. So I repurposed that little bag as a ham radio bag now. So I'll just clean up a little bit. Put that bag back in there. Okay. Looks like that's all I need. You know what? We'll take our power meter too. Use that. Just so I can keep an eye on that battery. I am not, or should I say, I didn't forget, but we moved this weekend. Just moved apartment units, so everything is just packed away. And I also packed away all of my battery chargers into one convenient box. And I put that convenient box in my storage unit. So needless to say, I don't have anything to charge my lithium polymer battery, or lithium iron phosphate battery from here, so that's going to be a challenge. I'm just going to keep an eye on that battery, make sure it doesn't die on me. I do have a backup for my QRP rigs, but it's just a backup. So I'm just going to run this coax out to my mast, and then I'll walk you over here just to see what I got going on, what I'm working with. I could have set this up a little further away. No big deal. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, cool. All right, come with me. I will show you. Let's measure it out. Let's see where we're at. The Nano VNA. It's kind of there is a learning curve to it, but once you get it dialed in, oh my goodness, that's right where I wanted to be. Maybe a little, just a tad bit too short, and I'm just talking about just a tad, but we're sitting at about 1.2 to 1. I'm perfectly happy with that. We're just going to drop it down just a touch, but we've got the coax running out to the antenna. It's ton of bass here. We're just going to, yeah, actually we got to lengthen it a little bit, just a touch. But here's my, we'll zoom in for this one. Here's my radial system. This is for something else, in case I want to short out the bass for something else. But there's my twin pair radial system, my single 16 footers, and then I'm using 35 feet from the coax. Works pretty well, might I say. So let's look at the Nano VNA here, and I'm cool with that. I'm so cool with that. 1.2. So not as good as the POTA Performer, because I can get a 1.0 match on it, but for today's activation this will do just fine. Alright, so I can put the Nano VNA away. I am going to try and do an activation on 40 meters. I'm going to try and do it as quickly as I can, because I want to go back to the hotel and see if I can take a nap. So actually we'll put this on right here. Put the load right there. So yeah, I just got this radio. I actually picked it up from another ham here in Tennessee, but been looking at getting an 817 for a while now, and I picked it up and it did not have a CW filter on it. So I tried to get the gross, it's a little sweaty. I tried to get the Soda Beams filter to work on it, but I found that with the Soda Beams filter it was bringing down the radio's ALC, which was limiting the power output on the radio. It was only getting me 1 watt, so it was protecting the power amplifier for any sort of issues that it was seeing with the filter. And ultimately I ended up taking off the filter. It's a pretty intrusive kit. 0 out of 10 would recommend. I ended up finding a mechanical filter on eBay for a reasonable price, and I just put it on. I think I got it on Friday, and I took it out for a spin, and I was pretty happy with the performance. Okay, so let's get our things out. Why am I so far over to the edge here? You can tell we have so much room. We have all the room for activities here, and I'm working on like a little corner of the mat. Okay. That's a good sign. Okay. So let's go down to oof. That's not good. I'm seeing an S507 S8 noise floor here. We'll give it a shot. I'm not liking that. It's a bit noisy. I didn't even check the bank conditions today. Let's take a quick peek. says fair for 40 meters right now on the day. We're seeing someone there. Let's check the POTA app. Seems like everybody is already on 20 meters. There's one guy on 40 meters. So I got my base using the modern Morse key on the base today. So that'll be cool. I think we'll set up at 7057. We're gonna go for it. Since I've already got the station set up for it, we're just gonna go for it. If it's really bad, then I'll just switch over to 20 meters, which again, easy enough. Just pull the coil out, pull the loading coil off the setup over there, and adjust the antenna to be resonant on 20 meters. Okay. So that takes care of that. I want to run headphones. I love my headphones. So I'm gonna get my audio splitter from in here. Okay, we have audio on my end. Let's get you some audio as well, so you can hear what I'm doing. Wouldn't be much of a follow along activation if I kept the audio out of it, right? Okay. Okay, you should be hearing that pretty good. Just gonna set up the station, how I'm gonna operate. Okay. Move down to, let's do 52. So this is, like I mentioned, this is Henry Horton State Park. Let's go ahead and get my polo open. This is US-2950. So we're US-2950. It is July 29. I had to think about that one. The days are just starting to blend together. And we are on 7.052. And the current time is 14:45 UTC. So it looks like I'm getting full power out, so perfect. Nobody came back on that. So I'm going to assume the frequency is clear. And then let's go ahead and spot ourselves on the POTA page. We are on 7052 CW. Self-spotting. Okay, so we're off to the races. Wish me luck. Whoa. That was quick. That was very quick. My pencil broke, I'm sorry. totally botched that pot up. I've been really enjoying this 817. I got the 300 hertz crystal for it. And it just makes operating CW a complete joy. Night and day difference from no filter to filter. Anybody? We're doing so good. There is a heat index today too, so it should be pretty toasty today. So that's another reason why I want to kind of get this done early in the morning and get back to my hotel. Texas. Just listening to that quality in audio. Louisiana. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need to clean my key. The problem is I hold it all the time, so it gets all sweaty. So that's weird. I might be getting a little RF coming back to my radio because I've noticed this key's been jumping around a little bit. But it's okay. I only need one more contact to make this a valid activation. I only was on 40 meters. Crazy. I like it. I like it when things are that easy, you know? Plus, I'm never out in the morning, so I almost never get to say good morning to anybody. It's kind of cool for a change. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9. Come on, one more. Did he disappear on me? One more time. you're a 5'9". I gave you a 5'7". Ooh, here in Tennessee. Cool. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's a valid activation. Oops, I threw that at the microphone. I'm sorry. But that's a valid activation for today. But I want to play on 20 meters a little bit. It seems like a lot of people are on 20 meters. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here. I'm going to make my adjustment at the antenna over there, since we've already kind of walked through the process already once. I'm just going to go ahead and take the loading coil off, getting it resonant for 20 meters, and then I will be right back. Alright, so I am back. Got the antenna all tuned up for 20 meters there. I did, although, have to add an additional set of radials, as my SWR wasn't as low as I wanted it to be, sitting at about 1.7. So I just kind of, and I'll show you the curve there. We're sitting, it'll be probably right around 14.060. We're sitting right around 1.24. I'm happy with that. I'll take it. See what we got going on 20 meters today. I'll probably just play around a little bit. I'm not going for a record number of QSOs here. I'm just enjoying a little bit of this morning before the heat really settles in. I'm not hearing a whole lot of activity here. Let's see, let's take a look at the spot page. Spots. nice. Jump right on frequency as he's calling, and I come on top of the entire pileup he had there. I appreciate that, Tim. Thank you. Pleasure working you. That's what I call a speed hunt right there. I heard him loud and clear. I sent him a 599. He sent me a 599. We're both doing a POTA. I mean, what more can you ask for, right? It's a beautiful day. 46. Alright, so I'm hearing a decent amount of signals here, so I'm just going to go ahead and pick a frequency and then just go at it. So we'll do 57.5, 14057.5, and the time is 15:18. We QS wide. Let's go ahead and spot myself. I like the Polo app and the fact that you can get on the app and spot yourself through the app. It's pretty nice. Okay, let's get my headphones on. No one heard. There's a fly here. He was annoying me. I'll probably only play on here for, we'll say 15-ish minutes. Random static crashes. That's what I thought. I thought you sent the next, just wanted to make sure. KE2BVB probably didn't hear me return and say thanks, so I just repeated it again. This is all I got so far. We got 3 on 20 meters. You know what? I'm terrible about doing this. I should probably take a picture. Okay. I need a picture for the thumbnail. I always end up forgetting and then end up getting like a random screenshot from the video. So if you remember last video, I was working towards a kilo at Sleepy Hollow State Park. I'm about 70 contacts away. I'm almost there. But I might be a busy guy for the next couple weeks, so I don't know when I'll be back at Sleepy Hollow. So close, but yet so far away. Haha, got it. Oh, nice. I love getting that little dit at the end. Alright, let's go ahead and mark ourselves QRT. That was a fun activation. QRT. Thank you all. Send. Cool. So we are QRT. You know what? Let's see if we can hunt anybody else before we pack it up. I always try a little bit of hunting before I leave. Maybe help someone get their activation. Not even that hot. Nah, he's not hearing me. Let's do 47.5. He's here in Tennessee, but I can't hear him. 46, 45. Another guy out here in Tennessee. No. That's it. Alright, nobody heard. Well, bummer. I was hoping to get one more park to park, but oh well, that's it. Alright, let's get packed up here. So I am quite pleased with the FT-817, honestly. It's such a nice little radio. It's a little bigger for QRP, but I mean, it's not terribly big. I'm over-exaggerating here. I'm used to those little tiny pocket radios, but this is a pretty stout radio. I really do like it. I got the WinCamp power pole adapter on the back there. I got the WinCamp side rails, although I did strip these, so if you know how to fix stripped chassis on the 817, let me know. I need to figure that out. I was thinking about just dropping some solder and hoping for the best, but I mean, if someone has a better idea, I'm open for it. So let's tally it up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 on 40 meters, which validated my activation. And then we got one park to park, so that's 14, and 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I got 20 contacts today. That's a pretty good day. I will take that. I'm happy with that. I came out here to do a morning POTA, and a morning POTA is what I did. And I get to go back to the hotel before this heat wave starts to come in. It's gonna get nasty. Probably go back and take a little nap before I start my day. And then I'll walk you through how I'm setting all this stuff up. I almost didn't bring the 817 just because it's a little bulky, but like I said, I just put that 300 Hz filter in there, and I took it out for one activation on Sunday because we spent all day Saturday moving, and I took it on an activation on Sunday, and I had a blast with it. Although I do gotta say, this little key anomaly just surfaced today, so I gotta, maybe it's just the key. Maybe if I use a different key, it won't happen. I think I've seen it once or twice on Thomas K4SWL's videos, where I see that little, we get a little bit of RF feedback back to the radio or something, and it just freaks out the keying a little bit. So this is our 40 meter coil. What did I do with that? I have a nut that I use, not a nut, but like a coupler that I use to kind of protect the threads on that. On this loading coil, but I can't remember what I did with it. I thought I put it back in my baggie here, but I guess I did not. It's probably in a bag somewhere. Alright, so we'll take this guy out, put him away. We don't need the pad no more. Oh, there it is. We don't need the, here, let's get you some more vision. Okay, so you can see how I pack up my things. Take my little butt mat, and then we'll just slide it up on into the laptop compartment. I do want some vitamin water, I'm a little thirsty. Always need to keep an eye on your hydration when you're out and temperature starts climbing, especially right now in these hot days. And I just kind of want to see where we're at with the battery. Looks like we drained half an amp, so not too bad. Indicator still shows 100%, so we're good there. I'm pretty excited. Like I said, this is my only battery for this trip. I do have a backup, but we're going to try not to use the backup, okay? Because the backup is my power bank. How do I use my power bank with a radio, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked the question, because I ended up making this little USB-C PD to power pole adapter. Inside this box there's a little chip that takes your USB-C power and converts it to either 5 volts, 9 volts, 12 volts, 15 volts, or 20 volts. So if I really do need to, I could take this, hook it up to my power bank, and then run my radio off of that. The 817 only draws about like 2.5 amps, well within the capacity or capabilities of USB-C PD. But we're just gonna leave that as a backup for now. Put that away. We put the CFT1 here. Like I said, this is a nice little case that I got on Amazon. I packed it quite heavy this trip. I don't usually pack this hardcore, but I wanted to take the 817 out for a spin, since I don't know when the next time I'll be able to do a POTA in my own state will be. It might be a while. So I kind of wanted to bring the 817 and get a little bit more playtime with it. Put this away here. Okay, we'll keep that there because I want to put the coax in that compartment. Okay, this goes right here. This base, this block just kind of sits in that little compartment. If I would have gone to Haley Jacket, then I would have activated Haley Jacket. I would have taken my little knee board with me, but like I said, there was people working there. I didn't want to be in their way. I didn't want to set an antenna up and be in their way. They were moving heavy machinery, tractors, all sorts of stuff. So I was like, you know what? Let's just go to Henry Horton. It's right down the street. It's 20 minutes down the street, but I'll take it. So now we're just going to go ahead and collapse this antenna down. And the thing that I like about this is it packs up pretty quickly and it's easy to deploy. Let's wrap my coax up. I do actually take the time to kind of wrap this up a little bit. Okay. Perfect. Just tie this together here with a little Velcro strap. Tuck that away. And that goes in that pouch. Then I think I also have my nano VNA in there, and that packs up the bag, or the pouch, or whatever you want to call this thing. Okay. Oh no, forgot my little BNC. Remove before POTA tag. Forgot to put that on the 817 before I put it away. Okay, so that's on there. Okay. Put that away. Now let me go get my ground radials. And for the sake of time, just because I want to get out of here, not that I'm in a rush, but I'm just going to take all four and bundle them together. That's future Jesus' problem. It is such a nice day outside today. It is gorgeous. It's going to be hot. I can already feel it, but gorgeous nonetheless. So all my ground radials are in this little bundle. I'll put that little bundle in my baggie. Take the coil, we'll put the coil in there. That packs that up. And that's pretty much it. We can go ahead and close up the pouch. Let's put my fan away. Clip this mic back onto my hat. Okay. So yeah, we'll take our mat, we'll put this away. Usually this is the first thing I put in my backpack, but you kind of need to get everything off of it first before you put it in the backpack. So it ends up being the last thing that gets packed away. Okay. Put that there. Put that there. Just put these random little things away. Okay. Now we'll pick up our antenna here, collapse the segments down. Now if I had a tuner, I can use the, I think it's the Chameleon, what is it, the Chameleon Micro, I want to say it's called, but it's a 5-to-1 transformer, Balun, I can't remember what they call it, but with the SS25 and the Chameleon Hybrid, I can run any band up until 40 meters, I want to say. Could be wrong on that statement altogether, but I don't have a tuner with me. I don't carry a tuner with me. I would like to get my hands on the Elecraft T1 tuner at some point in time, but I just got a lot of things going on right now. I think we'll have to wait on that expense for a later date, but a T1 from Elecraft is on my bucket list, especially for all the QRP work that I do. I think that would play out pretty nice. All right, and that's it. I'm packed up. Let's go ahead and skedaddle. And that's it. Well, I appreciate you guys for tagging along, following me along in this activation. 40 meters was super healthy. I was a little bit worried with the noise floor, but it worked out pretty good. I got the activation done on 40 meters alone, and I was able to play around a little bit on 20. So all in all, a good day. Lately it's been a struggle with the current conditions, propagation, to get 10 contacts. I've definitely struggled a bit here and there, but not today. So I'm gonna go back to the hotel, get out of this sun, get out of this heat a little bit. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. There we go. I hate how it doesn't unlock all 4 doors when you hit the little button, but hey, this isn't radio. So until next time, take care. Stay cool out there. Play a little bit of radio, and 7-2s.